Awesome. All righty, welcome in. Thank you so much for taking the time today to hear us out for this new exciting adventure that we're about to embark on. First, we would like to say thank you. We understand that the current state of the world has completely changed the way that we do business. And we are super excited to share this completely revamped event with you. We hope you had a chance to watch the exhibitor video, but if not, we are showing it before we get to the detailed exhibit hall. As we are doing this, we are recording because this will be available later for those who were not able to attend today. If you can make sure to keep yourself on mute, that would be great. Feel free to have your video up. We are recording it, so you can't really see that, but just make sure you are on mute so there's no interference audio in the background. And every question or questions will be answered after we get through the presentation. So let us get through it, and then we'll go from there. All right, so to start, we have a new title. This is an all California chapter event. On here, as a prepaid exhibitor, this event has replaced the CAI Legal Forum NorCal. The Legal Forum for Southern California has been postponed until 2021, and all of the chapters have come together to support this digital event. We will be marketing it to all of the chapters and all of the members. We will have new exhibitor revenue sharing, which I'll get into more detail about later, and we'll have attendees from across the state. Now, before we begin, who's here in this meeting? In this meeting, we have the prepaid exhibitors for the CAI Legal Forum NorCal. We have business partners who have expressed interest from across the state. We have the Legal Forum Committee. We have CAI national representatives because National is also having this event on their website for us. And we have the Base End PR team who are the ones running the back end of this exhibit. Now, before we get any further, I want to have a couple people come on and say how they are excited about this event. And I'd like to start with Chapter Chair Julia Souza from Alliance Community Resources.
Good morning, everyone. This is Happy Friday. We're super excited that you joined us and so appreciative. It looks like there are 47 people on the call, which is fantastic. The Legal Forum Committee, this is our third legal forum. And man, how times have changed in just a short amount of time, right? But this is so cool and exciting. One of the things we're really excited about, of course, first off, is that we get to include everybody in California in our forum, which is really neat. And what that means is that we all get to connect with people throughout California, including presenters, exhibitors. This is kind of a really cool way to connect. And so we're excited about the opportunity for you as exhibitors and for us as other industry professionals like managers to just be able to reach people in places like Tahoe or gosh, people who are in Redding that don't get to come to our events because it feels like it's so far away. How cool now that they can join us virtually, and that as an exhibitor you can reach them virtually, people that typically maybe would not have had an opportunity to meet. So Rachel's got great things to share with you. Her and Kelvin and the PR folks, Christy, thank you so much. They are just doing an amazing job of putting this together. So I'm excited to kind of reveal to you what's in the works right now. And then, of course, we welcome your questions. Thanks again for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Julia. We really appreciate it. I know I roped some of the EDs into getting on here and expressing how they're excited as well. I know I got Leah to come on. So Leah, would you mind saying a few words?
Yes, of course. Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see some familiar faces. Really, I'm going to echo what Julia said. I mean, I think that's spot on. This is such a cool opportunity to get together as a state. If you recall, I believe it was probably about 4 years ago, we used to just do a statewide legal forum, and then we decided to divide it between a Northern California and a Southern California. So it's kind of cool to just kind of step away from that concept and come back together as a state, because we are California strong, and as a state we're even better together. So it's so exciting to see that we have this opportunity. I'm not looking at it as a negative thing. I'm looking at it as an opportunity to bring our members together virtually. And it's such a cool concept. And just personally speaking for the Channel Islands chapter, we also cover the Central Coast. And it's this spot in California that kind of gets overlooked sometimes. And so Channel Islands goes up there 5 times a year. But how cool is it that they can now participate in our statewide legal forum as well? So I hope you embrace this from a sponsorship and exhibitor point of view. I think it's a great way for us to basically move forward with this event. So even when we go back to in-person, I always see a virtual concept to this legal forum and event. And I think it's a great idea. So kudos to Rachel and Kelvin for taking the lead on this, as well as Julia and the committee for just diving in really head first in this new concept. And so, like I said, I hope you all embrace it. And Southern California is excited to just come alongside you all and just really promote it as a state. So thanks everyone for tuning in. And I really feel like this is going to be such a great event for 2020.
Thank you, Leah. I love that. We are better together. Look at us as a state, California. And I think that we did reiterate that in the movie in the little video that we did. Feels like a movie to me. That, you know, this is the first ever, I think, digital statewide event for CAI, for any chapter. So before we go any further, I have a little elephant on the screen. I want to address the elephant in the room. Now, we are not arguing that this is the same as meeting in person for an event. It's not. But we would also argue that this is pretty dang close considering the other option, which is to do nothing. And we don't think nothing is good enough anymore. We have to provide our members with something, and we think this is a pretty great option. And as crazy as COVID has made life, it has forced our members into a digital acceptance and presented a unique opportunity for us. There's no travel. There's no hotel, there's no Uber, there's no rental cars, there's no schlepping of materials. And yes, I wrote schlepping in my presentation because I feel like that word really helps me envision it. And by removing these barriers, we have the opportunity to attract members who might not have otherwise been able to participate. So let's go. All right, for you prepaid exhibitors on this call, because we are no longer operating under the presumption of a physical space within a hall, we have changed the names. So if you were previously a 10 by 10 premium location exhibitor, you're now titled premium, okay? 10 by 10 standard location, you're now standard. And if you had pre-purchased a tabletop booth, your new name is basic. Okay, so as we go through this, that's how you should think about it. Okay, if you are a new exhibitor on this call, new exhibitors will be given the option to designate a chapter, and the funds after cost will be given to that chapter. Okay, the new exhibitor pricing is listed on here. Again, all of this will be emailed to you after this, so you have a chance to actually like go through it and really look at it. But this is what we have set so far. We are operating in a digital space. This event used to be load in on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was the actual legal forum with exhibit time on Thursday and Friday for about 2 hours. Because we are operating in a digital space, the exhibit hall will be open all week. It will be dynamic. Each day will be different, and attendees will be encouraged to check in. There will be many reasons that managers want to do this: continuing education credits, gamification for money. You can have prizes on your own pages that you can advertise to draw people in. Now you might be thinking, Rachel, how are we tying manager continuing education credit to the exhibit hall? Well, that's a great question. Managers must meet with at least 10 exhibitors in order to receive a code to get into the back end of the website, where they will then get access to all the session presentations from the event. This increases their potential CE hours from 7 to 17. Each webinar will have 7 test questions at the end provided by the speakers that they must pass in order to get the CE credit to prove that they watched the session. But that's going a little bit deeper than you actually need, but we wanted you to know that that's part of the incentives program. Okay. If you are a sponsor on this call beyond the exhibit hall, We will continue to work with you. This is a work in progress, but we definitely are going to have a mailing. Attendees will be able to opt in to receive your marketing items in the mail, and the chapter will be using a mailing house to send out those items. For example, we have coffee break sponsors, and one of the ideas that we're floating around is a $5 Starbucks gift card with your name attached to it that goes out to all the attendees. But again, this is a work in progress. We'll be working with you if you are a sponsor that is not an exhibitor. Okay, let's get into this event. So this is the lobby landing page. Now, I want you to imagine as I go through this that you are scrolling down a page, because I know this is a PowerPoint, so it's a little bit different. It will have an animated countdown to the event with registration that will push to our CVent website where we host all of the actual registering part of it. It is currently live right now. If you want to check it out, I'm going to ask Kelvin to post the link to the lobby page in the chat function. So you can check it out. We will also be sending this information out to you today. As you continue to scroll down, this is an example of what the virtual hall will look like on the lobby page. When you click into one of these, so let's say I click into attorneys, your placement on that following page will be based on your level, okay? Now, we have not built this out yet because we don't know who's going to commit, so these could all change. These are just draft titles for the different sections of the exhibit. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll go into more details in a second about what those actual exhibitor booths look like, but we just wanted you to get an idea. Now, as you look down on this, you'll see featured sponsors. As an added perk of being one of our top 25 committed, you will get placement directly on our homepage. We will highlight you in our marketing efforts. Just to clarify, this is the first 25 to commit, either basic, standard, or premium. We are rewarding those companies that jump in first, and we do have 7 committed so far, so we are super excited about that. Okay. As you continue on, you'll see quick links to the event information as well as the event magazine. The event magazine is going to be a digital PDF. It'll have speaker and session information. It'll be clickable, your website, email, etc., all clickable. It'll be searchable. If you're a premium or a standard exhibitor, you will get a full page and placement will be based on your level. And if you are a basic exhibitor, it will be 1/4 of a page. And it can be whatever you want for your company. It can be an advertisement. It could be something you create just for this book. But this is something that will be sent out to all of the manager and homeowner leader attendees, and it's something that they could keep forever. So if a problem arises, then they can pull this up and find you. As you continue to scroll down, you'll see our after party information. This is still a work in progress. In person, we typically had cocktails and dancing. At this point, we are looking at having a live band, but more details will be following that. And then lastly, there's a question box for more information. All right. Well, you're all here, the exhibit hall. Before we go into detail, I'm going to play the video again just so it's fresh in your mind. So give me 1 second. Welcome to your preview of our CAI Legal Forum California Reimagined. Stay connected to your members across the state with our new virtual experience that includes an online trade show, connection to industry experts, and invaluable education. While we will miss coming together in person, this virtual experience will be one to remember. Are you ready to begin exploring the possibilities? Come with us on this new and exciting journey. Let's imagine the new possibilities together.
Guests first enter our online trade show, and they're able to view our exhibitors as well as get information about the event in general. Each booth comes with a customized landing page. Depending on the level of booth which you choose, you will have the ability to highlight calls to action, video, customized exhibitor booth graphics, office hours, which your team will be available to meet with guests, as well as a digital business card capture. Each exhibitor level can enjoy all of the benefits we just covered. The premium exhibitors get a full page advertisement in the event magazine, which is fully clickable and digitally sent out to all attendees. You'll also also get a premium location towards the front of the magazine. The premium exhibitor level also includes 3 custom booth graphics. You'll also get sponsor recognition at the after party live band event, the ability to invite 10 managers to the event, and you have the option to submit a 10-second video to be attached to webinar versions of the session. You'll also receive a 20% credit towards 2021 marketing. Manager consult appointments will also be entered into the $250 raffle prize drawing. Standard exhibitors will get 2 customized graphics, a full-page advertisement in the event magazine. Manager consult appointments will be tied to manager registration and continuing education. The consult will also be tied to enter $250 in the raffle prize. You'll get sponsor recognition at the after party, the ability to invite 5 managers to the event, and also the opportunity to submit a 10-second video to be attached to webinar versions of the session. You'll also enjoy 20% credit towards 2021 marketing. The basic tabletop exhibitor option includes 1 custom exhibitor graphic, as well as a quarter-page advertisement in the event magazine, sponsor recognition at the after party, and any manager consult appointments will be tied to that $250 raffle prize draw. You'll also receive a 20% credit towards 2021 marketing.
We hope you're just as excited to take part in this one-of-a-kind digital experience. The opportunities are endless, and we want to help you stay connected. Our success is only possible because of our sponsors and your ongoing support. Let's dream big and build this experience together. We hope to see you soon. There's my headphones. That's cool. Okay, premium exhibitors. All of this will be emailed out to you. The premium exhibitor slideshow shown here is for the prepaid ones, and I'm only talking in regards to that bottom line item, the 20% credit towards 2021 marketing. If you are a new exhibitor, it's the same, except we're not offering that 20% credit because the pricing is reflective of that. Okay. Okay, so as we go down this page, please imagine as if I'm scrolling through the slides, because this is all in one page. So this is your premium landing page. Okay, you can brand and customize your page. The video that you provide to us plays in the screen. It does not pop out to another tab. We want to make sure that we keep attendees in your landing page. This is customizable to whatever you want. Send us a hello video from your company, a video you already have, whatever you prefer. The links on the top of the page are all customizable. Okay, they can be whatever you want. And then please notice the top left-hand logo. This is your landing page. This is your exhibitor space. It's your logo. Okay. As we continue down, we get to see the custom booth. Now, premium exhibitors can select between 3 options and get 3 graphics like shown. Now, some of you might be wondering, what's the point? This adds uniqueness and excitement to this virtual event that goes beyond just your traditional marketing. This helps you have a booth presence to a virtual event. And this is the fun that makes it unique. It makes it fun for the attendees. Now, throughout the event, we are going to hide little graphics in the booths for the first 25 people committed to us for people to find and play a virtual game for a raffle prize. And as an aside, as you market your own involvement with this event, this is the piece that can help people get excited to come and see what you did creatively with your booth. And I'm sure your executive directors will be happy to help you be creative with this. As you continue to scroll down, this is your About section. Again, this can be anything you want it to be with a clickable link at the bottom. Okay, this is just an example. As you continue to scroll down, here is the office hours section. You can have your Zoom information there for when you will be available. Have a happy hour, host a game night. The only thing we say, do not hold office hours or networking during session times. We will send you our session times. If we get any of your office hours that say they're going to happen during our session times, we're going to send them back to you and say absolutely not. But other than that, this is where you make yourself available to the attendees to drop in. And then finally, below that, this is the digital business card capture. Okay. This information that you collect is also customizable. Depending on what information you want to learn from your attendees, we can customize this for you. The submission goes directly to you and to us for the raffle prizes and gamification. Now, I got a phone call this morning from Wendy at Angus and Terry, and I'm kind of glad that she did reach out to me because it brought up something that I had not included in this presentation. If you have offices in multiple locations throughout the state, you can customize your booth to reflect that. For example, on the business card collection pop-up, you could have an option that says preferred office and then a locations checkbox. Okay, on your landing page, at the top of your page, you could have separate office links that direct customers to that specific office's website. For the Zoom office hours, you could designate different office times. So you could have 2 Zoom links for different offices, okay? And as a reminder, how we are driving managers and homeowner leaders to this portion of your exhibit page, managers must meet with at least 10 in order to receive the code to go from 7 hours to a potential 17. We are offering a $250 raffle prize for going and submitting a business card to each one of the exhibitors, just like we do the stamp card when we are in person. And we are also offering a $250 raffle prize for the bingo card for the first 25 exhibitors, where we hide the little graphics in their booth. Okay? Okay, now we are going to go through the graphics really quickly. When you join this event, you will be emailed all these graphics to review and then choose. I just wanted you to see these and get the idea. Any color, any texture can be changed on these, okay? It can be as detailed or as simple as you want. We have a graphic designer to base it off your website if you want. If you just want us to send the graphic designer to your website and say, make me a booth based off that, he will do that, okay? Again, this is the fun. And these are the 3 options for premium. And when you choose to sign up with us, you will get sent the options in larger detail so you can look at them. Okay? This is option number 1. This is option number 2. And this is option number 3. And 3 images will be displayed on your page. I have included a fully built out booth here. Obviously, this isn't any one of our companies, but this is just an example so you can kind of see what it could potentially look like. Okay? On to our standard exhibitors. Okay, again, this information will be emailed to you. If you are a new exhibitor on this call, the 20% credit towards 2021 marketing does not apply. Again, please imagine as if I am scrolling. You can brand and customize your page. Notice there are subtle differences from the premium. Your video will play in screen. It does not pop out. The links at the top of the page are all customizable. The links in the page are customizable. Most of the links that you see are in yellow. Again, this is your logo at the top left-hand corner because this is your exhibit space. Scroll down to see your custom booth. Standard exhibitors can select between 2 options and get 2 graphics for their page. Again, the point is this is the fun. And then your about section with your information followed by a link. And office hours, Zoom information for when you're available. Again, please do not hold office hours during our session. You do not want me to email you back and say you cannot do that. But other than that, this is where you make yourself available. Have a game night, have poker. It's open the whole week. Do whatever you want. Okay, and then finally the business card collection capture. All of this information is customizable and goes directly to you. Reminder again, we're pushing managers and homeowner leaders to do this with incentives. Okay? So, the standard exhibitor has 2 options with 2 images displayed. Again, any color, any texture. I asked the graphic artist, I was like, well, what if they want the lights to be purple hued instead of white? And he was like, I don't care, just let me know. So, chairs can be changed too. You want chairs a different color, you want the table a different color. This can be as in-depth or as not in-depth as you want it to be. If you want me to send him your website link, we can just do it that way. So this is option number 1. And this is option number 2. Now here's a fully built out example, just so you can see all of the textures and options that are, sky's the limit. Like that's a brick texture, I think. Okay, last but not least, the basic exhibitor package. Okay, this information will be emailed out to you. Again, imagine as if scrolling, brand and customize your page. Notice the logo in the left-hand corner. There are a couple less links directly on this top part of the home page than the premium and standard, but again, your video plays within the page. This is your exhibit booth. You get a custom booth. Basic exhibitors get one template and one graphic. Again, the point, this is the fun. You also have the ability to hold office hours and the business card collection capture, which is fully customizable. And this is the basic graphic for customizing. Any color, any texture. And this is an example. And yes, we can add fake people. We hope you're as excited as we are about this event. As stated, as an incentive, the first 25 companies, regardless of level, to commit to this event with us receive special marketing during the event. Time for questions.
Rachel, there's a question from Megan, and I'm not really sure exactly what it, Megan Everett, is there going to be a Zoom backdrop? Is this going to be like a Zoom backdrop?
I want to clarify that. Like, I don't understand how we're interacting with the booth. Like, because it's online, so that's a picture and there's a thing. So how do we, is it like Zoom, or how is it that we're interacting with that booth?
So the booth is a static landing page that links to all of your information, and you can have office hours that link to you actually being available, but we're linking it through your booth, so that way people have to go to your booth and then they can get access to you directly, and you could have your availability that week be whenever you want.
And the business card capture feature will also have the capability of setting appointments. These are the dates that work best for me. Please contact me to set up an appointment. Does that make sense? And then once that appointment is set, then they'll meet with you, and you can meet with them in any function that you want, whether it's Zoom or any other virtual software.
Got it. Thank you.
What do office hours look like, Rachel? Is that they're just posted on there and they have to click a link and then that takes them to whatever virtual meeting platform they're using? So like your office hours, you just click the Zoom link and then there you are sitting there live, and that's how it works, and then they no longer see the booth?
Yes, so it's not in the screen. We wanted to give people the option to not just use Zoom. We don't know what platform your company uses to connect virtually during this time. So having the office hours be a link that then takes them to you, but we're driving traffic to you with the business card capture, and with the idea that if you want to see them, then you have to go in there and get the information from there.
Got it. That makes sense. Thank you.
No problem.
And then Rachel, with designing the booth backdrop, you said that there's a graphic designer that's helping us. So do we have the capability to design it on our own end, as well as the ability to utilize the graphic designer?
Do you mean like if you were to hire someone else to do the graphics to put there?
Right, if we have somebody in-house that has access to, our photos and our colors, and we just want to use them, or if we know how to do it, or is it all designed through your graphics guy?
That's a great question.
Christy, do we have that capability?
I think it depends on the technology that the virtual booth, we can implement different elements, but I would imagine that this is done in a program to create the booth virtually. So I don't know that someone else would have access to that, but if you had different elements like those pictures, then you would send those and it would be implemented into the virtual booth software.
Okay, so primarily we'll work with the graphics guy that you guys are working with on that software.
Correct, right.
Okay.
So it could definitely be a team effort, but I don't believe you'll have direct access to the software to be able to customize it all on your own.
Okay, probably safer that way.
Probably, yeah. But great question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
There's another quote. Go ahead.
I have a question. Has this been done before, this whole event virtually? And if so, what was the success of it?
Nope. This is a first time event. This is actually the first one I'm pretty sure being attempted nationally. And I haven't seen any of our industry competitors attempt something like this yet either. So this is definitely a test subject, but a lot of you have been with us through a lot of our testing as chapters, you know, like we're trying to make it work, and we're trying to get you in front of the members as best as we can. And this is what we did.
I'll add to that though, the beauty, I know Rachel cut out when she was talking about if our competitors wanted to venture to do something similar, the beauty is the technology has been tested. So it's not the same situation if we were building something from the ground up. This is technology that's tested, that's already been developed through our website that we have capabilities to utilize. We're just utilizing it now at the fullest potential and very creatively. So the technology itself has been tested, is safe, is secure. We are just building something that's never been done.
And there's another thing that we're also going to do that we've never done before is in your in live trade show booths, you have giveaway items and your promotional materials. We're going to deliver every one of the registered managers and homeowner leader a box, and in that box we're going to have the game, the game cards and things like that that are participating with the chapter. But we'll also send whatever you send to us along with it, and so it'll kind of like be a surprise box. And you can, stop by our booth and enter to win a, trip to Vegas, or whatever you're doing, so.
Yeah. So when we talked about the mailing house, you have the option. There will probably be a weight limit, so please don't send like a dictionary for everybody. But you have the option to send something to the mailing house that will then go out as an exhibitor with our box to all of the attendees, because we want the attendees to have something that they physically get.
Question: how do the managers visit the booths? Do they pick? Do they have to go to every single one? What's the guarantee that we'll get anybody to come by our booth or check in with us?
Yeah, so there are multiple ways that we're trying to drive traffic. So first, when you register as a manager or homeowner leader, you select up to 15 exhibitors that you would be interested in having an appointment with. So we kind of understand that in advance. And then also we're trying to drive it with the raffle prizes. So when we do our in-person event, we offer a $250 raffle prize if you get your card stamped at every booth, right? If you walk around and get it stamped. We're doing the same thing here. If you go to every booth and just submit the business card, which most of us have Google and know that like the autofill function is the blessing of this world. So we're hoping that that helps. And then finally, we're doing a bingo card for the first 25. We're going to put little cute graphics and we're going to drive traffic that way. And it's going to be a reminder to the managers to do it. But we're really hoping that if they meet their 10 exhibitor consult appointments, then they get access to up to 17 hours. And this is PCAM certification credit too. We're not just talking regular CE hours. We have PCAMs that can get those hours that they need here. So that's how we're hoping it works.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Rory, I see your question. If we already paid, do we get a credit? If you saw on the little slides at the bottom, there is a 20% credit that you will get if you are a prepaid exhibitor with the Bay Area or the Northern California chapter for the previous event. So we will be sending all of that out to you so you have a chance to look at it and see how much money it is and then decide based on there.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. In conjunction with Mandy's question, does the sponsorship fee include the graphic designer and creation of the booth, or is working with the designer an additional fee? Nope, the booth is included in your, the booth graphic is included in that price, all of it. I'm trying to look for more questions in the chat. Anyone else? That can't be it. When is the, oh, I'm sorry. I just saw one. When is the last day to commit? That's a great question. So we're going to send all this information out to you today. If you are a prepaid exhibitor, you have until next Friday, July 3rd, to let us know if you're in or out. And then it goes live to anyone. But if you're a new exhibitor and you email me too to be one of those top 25, you're in too. Sorry for the pressure, but we got to start building this and marketing it to managers. It's happening. Yes, you can change your level of booth. You can change your level at any time. Just let us know.
So can you explain the office hours again, just really quick? Is it being on the exhibitor side, and we say, okay, the show is, you know, this day and this day, and I have maybe 4 people from my office that are going to help do exhibitor hours. Mm-hmm. Do we kind of have to sit there ready for Zoom to chat with somebody if they want to chat with us, or I'm just not understanding how they're going to communicate with us, say they do want to see something or talk to us?
That's a great question. I'm thinking that it's slightly up to you to determine how you want that to be. I would recommend having a certain office hour availability and then pushing out that, hey, we are available at this time. Christy, I know we're talking about making sure that we have that listing, you know, for attendees of who's available at what time as like a scroll down thing. But ideally, we will have managers going through and doing those business card things and letting you know when to talk to them. So
I think it's great that if you can offer them the list of like who's available when, and then that way that kind of gives them an idea. Because if I only had office hours in the morning, but then nobody wanted, or not nobody, but few people that needed my services attended the show during that time, then I would miss out on maybe the afternoon things, and I didn't have an office hour for them to come see me.
Yeah, no, that's great. And we're also relying a little bit on you for this. So if you have an office hour and you have managers who come to your office hour and talk to you and, you know, do that thing, we need to know. So you will need to like keep a list for us so we know who did it so they can get that credit. And we're hoping that they do it because of the back end access to so many potential CE hours. And they only have the option to get into that back end until September 25th. So a week after the show closes, they have to meet all of those appointments before the end of that next week, the 25th of September, in order to get back end access. So we're really pushing them for time.
Okay, so with that being said too, would you give us a form that we can fill out with whoever sees us for office hours so we can just turn in the same information to you and make it easy?
I will make it as easy as possible, I promise.
Christy, they can download a list. They'll be able to download a list of everyone who's submitted a business card application.
If they fill out the application through the form, then we'll have the list on the back end. But then to Rachel's point, we'll want to make sure we know who completes those meetings, because it might be a phone call, private phone call with you, or it might be joining your Zoom meeting times. And so there should just be some communication between the exhibitors and us to make sure we don't lose anybody and make sure we fulfill that credit for them.
Well, I guess my question really was, they can just download a list of everyone who's given them a business card, and then we can check that they came by to visit.
Exactly. We can double check that way as well. Absolutely. And that's a great way where, you know, because we actually get to collect all of that data for you, we can provide you the list up front, so then you can follow up with them as well and say, hey, what's a great time for us to get together? So there's that two-way communication. And to Rachel's point, you know, we are working on an additional tab when the event goes live that's, you know, daily highlights or your daily dish, and we'll have, you know, all of, you know, the speaker sessions and chat sessions, so that there's continual incentive for our attendees to visit the website every day, get something new every day. working with the sponsors that have giveaways. You know, there might be a pop-up that day that's enter to win your $5 Starbucks gift card. You know, we want to make sure that not only are we marketing this beforehand for you all, but through that week, we're encouraging everybody to come back multiple times to explore more and really interact to create the best virtual event for you all.
And also, I would recommend that on your business hours that you include when you're available, but also by appointment as well. So people understand that it's not just that hour or two that you have your business hours available, but they can also set up an appointment.
So as a manager, I have two options. I can either set up a private appointment with a vendor, or I can pop in during exhibitor hours. And when I pop in, there might be other people already there. Sometimes I get a positive experience just by hearing other people's questions of the vendor. Is that true?
Yeah. Both. You have both options. I mean, ideally, if someone needs your services, this is a great way for them to reach out to you and select appointment, because then they can go in depth. But we find that a lot of managers like to hear what other people are asking too, you know, just like Lori said. So if you have an office hour option, it doesn't have to be all week. You know, when we do an exhibit hall in person, it's like for 2.5 hours tops. And that's a lot of energy. So, I mean, you could do like Tuesday and Thursday for 1 hour, you have your office hours. But if you want to talk to us and make an appointment, like submit your business card and select which days you're available, and someone will get back to you. And as soon as that business card is submitted, it goes to you and it goes to us.
I mean, it's been good. It's been able to grow. I know where Rachel was saying make it fun. I mean, it could be a happy hour. It could be a coffee break session. You know, you could make it fun so it doesn't have to be so serious. I mean, we really want to encourage everybody to get as creative because we're all stuck in our homes. Could be a daycare session. I mean, I would for that.
Put your kids in front of this.
But I mean, get as creative as you want because we're all here. We're all venturing on this together. We're all in different circumstances. You know your audience best. You know what's going to get them excited. So really just have fun and make it your own. It doesn't have to be so serious, you know, and you know, sitting in a board meeting, although we have created virtual Zoom backgrounds. If you would like to make it like a board meeting, you can see Rachel's beautiful beach background. We have different ones available that you'll be able to download. So again, you can make this fun and just really market it yourself so that people know and your audience knows on your own social media channels that you're there, you're involved, you've got something exciting for them, and it only will encourage them to come and join you.
I have two questions. One, is there a limit of the number of sponsors that you're allowing? I know that there's the 25 first to respond premium, but then are you capping it? Because I know we'll all be kind of vying for one of these 10 appointments. Is there a number or is it unlimited?
I have a number in my mind to cap it at, but we'll see if we get there. I mean, honestly, that's all I mean, I don't think.
Right now, we don't have a limit, but if we get, 20,000 sponsors, we might not be able to pull it off by September.
Yeah.
So Rachel's hesitation is more like a timing thing, but the more the better right now. I'll put Rachel at ease. The more
Thank
the
you.
better. We just won't sleep until September.
Yeah. I would think our goal is to be somewhere around 50 total.
That was my number too.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's more palatable than the 20,000. That's very different.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And then a follow-up question. I think, Christy, you kind of touched base on this, but will we be, as a sponsor, provided a list of the manager attendees in advance so we can advertise our office hours in advance as well?
Yes. I would imagine, Rachel, we would have all the attendees. We could send that out, right?
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
need to give the attendees a certain time limit to, or we need a time limit for us for registration so we can get that mailing out. But yeah, I would see no problem with, I think it's going to probably be once the event launches, it's like a weekly thing. So like on Friday, I go through, I run a report, and you get that report, is what I'm envisioning.
Great.
Rachel, have you talked yet about how sponsors can involve managers or sponsor managers, or kind of how that works?
I kind of skipped over that a little bit on, sorry. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate
Yeah,
that. And thank you
bet.
to the committee, the legal form committee, who has seriously had to pivot because we're doing this event in person and we asked a lot of them then, and now we're like, hey, we're going digital. And we're asking a lot of everybody now. But so if you are a premium exhibitor, you have the option to invite 10 homeowner leaders and managers to the event. So you are paying their way through this. It's, you know, and we'll give you good things to send them for marketing, you know, to let them know exactly what's included in it. And then once they're registered, they'll be registered like under your name, so we know who was actually brought by whom. And then they'll get all of the email information from there. If you are a standard exhibitor, it is 5. And if you are a basic exhibitor, it's not any.
And that's included in the sponsorship fee?
That's included in the fee. And then somebody asked me, what is the last day to submit the graphics? I am emailing out today to the 7 who have committed the information that we need from them. So we're going to get started with those people now. But I believe that we need to have all of the graphics done probably first week of September, right, Christy? I'm thinking we'll need all the graphics done and in so we can have them uploaded. Yeah, okay.
Are you guys excited? Isn't this cool? It's different, right?
Wonderful comments in the chat. We're very excited.
Yeah.
And again, you know, you're going to think of things. I'm going to send this out to everybody. You're going to think of something that you didn't think of yet because we've been noodling on this for a month. So send me an email, ask us away. We'll figure it out. Again, if you're a sponsor outside of the exhibit on this call, we're going to be working with you directly on those things. But I have good feelings about this. This is going to be cool. Like, so.
I think Rachel's excitement is getting me really excited. So I've been really excited about this event through Rachel.
I can't wait, Sydney, to see what you line up for our live band.
Yeah,
it's going to be so cool.
We're working on getting some, you know, there's a ton of different ideas rolling around. So if we're going to have some pre-recorded things, some shout outs, some, you know, live bands, different live bands, more than one, you know, there's a lot of things in the works. So we're working hard.
Oh, thank you, Sydney. Speaking of pre-recorded, I totally forgot. If you're a premium exhibitor, you have the option to submit a 10-second promo video that gets attached to the educational sessions. So we are going to be recording the educational sessions and then playing them live over when the actual times are. And so we're going to attach your promos to the beginning, and then they'll also be available forever on the back end of the website. So if a manager does get that access, they have to watch your promo video first.
Perfect.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So the managers that attend the sessions, the seminars or whatever, they're pre-recorded, so they're not going to have a chance to ask questions during the session, or?
Oh no, that's why we're pre-recording them. So we're going to work with the speakers to make sure that all their technology is in place, record the session, cut it, make sure it looks good, add your sponsor promo, and then when the attendees go in live to the session, the speakers are going to be in the chat answering questions, available like in real time. So they're not trying to run their presentation as well as answer questions in the chat.
Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah. We've also noodled that because the way the sessions are going to work, there's going to be one Zoom room for the sessions with the breaks. But during the breaks, we've noodled having like a rotating slideshow that has, you know, graphics and advertisements and stuff like that. We're working on that.
That's a great idea.
And just FYI, if the managers are not Zoom whizzes, we are working on Zoom tutorials like beforehand, right, Rachel?
Yeah, we're working on Monday being like the opening of the exhibit hall, and then also like having not really a session, but like, do you need help with Zoom?
Yeah.
I think I spent an hour on the phone one time with someone trying to teach them Zoom.
Yeah.
Rachel, there's a question about how long can the video in your booth be?
It can be, well, I'm pretty sure it just connects to YouTube, so it can be as long as you want, right, Christy? Yeah, she's nodding. Okay. There might be some complications if it's like 3 hours.
It's up to you as long as it doesn't conflict with the sessions.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about the Zoom, the YouTube video that's embedded.
Okay, sorry, repeat the question.
Oh, sorry. So the YouTube video that's embedded on their home screen, is there a length limit?
Oh, well, I think for mostly just viewing purposes, I would keep it under, 2 to 3 minutes. But a minute is usually recommended, or people don't watch till the end.
Okay, thank you.
And then Megan is asking about how the funds go. We're supposed to pick a chapter. Megan, I think you guys have already pre-purchased a booth. So if you pre-purchase the booth, it's already set. But if you want to book something new, then you would assign it to whichever chapter you want to have the proceeds go to.
The dates of the events again is September 14th through the 18th. The actual sessions are the 15th to the 17th, but the exhibit hall will be open the week of September 14th.
And we have some amazing presentations lined up. We're very, very excited about the educational opportunities and the people who are speaking. It's going to be really terrific.
And that is all currently live on the website now if you guys would like to go and see that. So everything is actually up, and we just currently have the call to action for exhibitors and the information for exhibitors. And then as you saw in the video that was played in Rachel's presentation, as we roll out to attendees and registrations, then we will continue to add more to the page.
We have a good split of Southern California and Northern California speakers as well. Any more doozies?
Rachel, I had one question. What was the live or the event last year in Oakland? What was the actual attendance number?
Kelvin, Kelvin knows that.
It was around 400. I would expect that one of the things that we've noticed with our virtual events is we have a higher level of participation than we do in our live events, just because of the fact that there's no travel expense and it is a lot smaller commitment of time for time and money for most everybody.
Again, we will send all of this out to you so you have a chance to like really look at it. And then if you have any questions from there, feel free to send me an email, call.
And all of the pricing, all of that information will be sent out with everything that Rachel has gone over today.
Yeah, I'll send out the.
You'll get the premium, standard, and basic pricing and the information.
Yeah, and with the bullet points of what it includes and stuff. Yeah. All right. Okay, we're going to end it. We have recorded this. We'll cut it down and make sure it's available for those who were not able to join us today. Again, you'll be getting an email today with all of this information. And then if you are a prepaid sponsor, you have until next Friday, July 3rd, to let us know whether or not you are in or out. But remember, as an incentive, the first 25 get extra special stuff. So. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Good job, committee. You guys are doing
Thanks, everybody.
amazing.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks
Bye,
again,
guys.
Rachel, Kelvin, and committee. You guys are awesome.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone. Have a great
Have a
weekend.
good weekend.
Again.